Hey guys, so I feel like I'm going to do a daily vlog. I was kind of doing this on Instagram before I decided to move away from Instagram. And I probably should have been doing this before on YouTube, but I'm just going to start from today. I just feel to start from now, and certain stuff that I put up probably will be a bit disorganized and not in the order that I kind of received things, but I'm just going to put them up anyway. And I feel really kind of drawn to do this today because I've had a huge breakthrough, right? It doesn't really look like it on the surface, but it's been a huge breakthrough, and I've really realized a lot, and I've really released a lot. I've purged a lot today, but I've had one of those kind of huge level ups and huge aha moments. Okay, there's been something major that has happened, and I kind of want to share it with you guys in case anybody is experiencing this also, and it may help. So this past 6 months I have been doing a lot of family healing. Early in the year I decided to just get rid of my whole life and go and lose my identity on the other side of the world. That is another story. And then in August, I come and stayed with my grandparents, who are probably like my safest people to be with in regards to my family and how I feel about my family. And I've been doing a lot of emotional purging and healing, especially with my mother, with all of the emotions and anger and everything that has been pent up and stored over all the years. I'm sure many of you resonate with this. I mean, who doesn't? But I've been kind of really going through cycles of purging in regards to this. And we did have some major breakthroughs, but again, today, the past few days, I have been purging so much out, and I've been feeling so much anger towards her and the way she has affected me in my life and still is continuing to affect me, and also the future generations in our family, because she doesn't take any accountability for herself. She doesn't think for herself. She's lazy. She doesn't question anything. It doesn't matter if something's right or wrong, yeah? If something is, under the surface, if it's right or wrong, if it's the law, she'll just go along with it. If it's somebody else's decision, she just goes along with it. It doesn't matter about the root of things, or, she doesn't take accountability for herself. And this has been a real big frustration that I have had, because it's affected my life, and I've been going through major different things and different aspects of all different things, and this is one of those aspects that I've really kind of been processing and kind of been trying to sort out inside myself. But anyway, I've been really angry about this because I've been thinking about the future and my daughter and my grandkids, and how their lives get affected by decisions that she makes also. And I've literally been spending this whole year trying to just separate and detach and kind of form a new way of being and a new way of operating, and really being conscious of, the direction my family will take, not necessarily the older generation, because they're free to do what they want to do, and the kids will change things when they're older, but kind of taking responsibility really for where I direct my energy, what I reside with, what I contribute to, and standing in my truth. Okay, so this has been kind of going on. But anyway, last night I was saying a prayer, okay, because I had a friend and I lent her a lot of money when she kind of needed it for her business. And then during my whole kind of this controlled breakdown that I've been taking myself on, and this kind of controlled way of losing my identity, taking myself through a process of losing my identity and being at ground zero, that has kind of affected me in regards to my finances. So she lent me 150 quid, and then she hasn't asked for it, but I feel, I feel like I need to give it her. But I've been in this crazy situation where I feel like I've been blocked upon everything. I feel like I've been blocked upon working the way I used to. I used to be a machine, how I would work and run my businesses and start businesses and stuff. And I feel like I've been completely blocked. I feel like I've been blocked from money. And I know this is internal, but I know there's a purpose for this. This is kind of to re-educate myself, to break down that structure, to break down that program, to break down that habit and not work in that same way because it was not balanced. I was a work addict. It was an addiction that I lost myself. I lost myself in work. You know, it was something that I could control and that I could do, but I lost myself as a result of that. And so it's like the universe is kind of guiding me to not do that again and to go in a different direction. So it's like I've been blocked from doing that while this kind of breakdown is going on. And the same with money. It was my habits with money, because although I was so good at making money, I was like amazing. I could just make so much money in a single day. That wasn't a problem, but it was the way that I would manage it. I wasn't good with managing it, and I didn't value it because it wasn't the purpose of me making it, and the purpose of me doing business was due to proving to myself that I had control over something and that I was successful and that I could do something and I could make something a success. But it wasn't stable. It wasn't holistic. It was like wounded. I was doing that through wounds. So managing my life was just like, it was chaotic. It was crazy because I was running away from myself and my life through a business. So it's like I've not been having financial abundance because, again, it's like the universe has been trying to break habits with me, break those habits, starve out those old patterns and those habits of the way that I used to manage money and how I would use it and how I would view it, the experiences that I would have with it. So I understand all of that. I understand that, and I'm down for that. You know, I need to kind of transform and develop new structures. I've been working a lot with Saturn and Saturn's energy upon this. I understand what the program is, and I'm down. You know, I'm down. I'm going with the program. But last night, anyway, going back to the story. Last night I was praying before I went to sleep for £150 that I could give to my friend, okay, for the money that she'd lent me. And I was manifesting big time last night as well in regards to detachment from my mother and my stepfather, and to go independent, right? To be more independent from the influence of their energy, because I don't feel safe with them. I don't feel like I can trust them because they don't even know what they do. They're not conscious of what they do. They don't take responsibility for their own minds and you know, or take responsibility for their actions. They just pass it off as, you know, that they have to do that because this is what they're told. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a cop-out. So, yeah, I was manifesting a lot. And then I said this prayer. And then I woke up this morning. Okay, I woke up this morning to a message on my phone in my bank. And my mother had deposited £150 into my bank, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, like manifestation, like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I phoned her straight away. I video called her and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I told her about my prayer that I'd done last night, and she was laughing. I said, yeah, because I need to give £150 to my friend. She's not asked me for it yet, but I feel like, you know, she needs it and I need to give it back to her. And then my mother's face, she was just horrible. She just looked nasty. Her face looked ugly. And she was like, I haven't gave you that to give it to somebody else. I've gave you that to enjoy for Christmas, to go and enjoy. So my mother, let me get this straight about my mother. My mother loves to distract herself with nonsense. My mother loves to distract herself with material crap, yeah, shopping and just crap, to get a temporary feeling of satisfaction. Okay, and it's like I've been really trying to resist this and being like this and doing this and trying to really get more to the root of myself and addressing certain things and not distracting myself with crap. Like I've had breakdowns with her about, you know, the way I used to work and that I want to find a new way, and, you know, my principles and my structure and everything and my foundations that I build myself upon. And she sends me pictures of different hairstyles. She sends me pictures like, you could have this hairstyle. Like, she just wants to change the surface, you know, like she thinks that, what if I change my hair, that, you know, everything's going to be okay and I'm going to be a different person. This is what I've been kind of dealing with, but it was just vile. So I literally have had enough. When she was saying this to me about this on the phone, I had just had enough, because for years and years, this is one aspect where I've had to deal with like conditional gifting, yeah? So it's like she wants to pretend, her and my stepdad want to pretend that they support me and that they, you know, that they will help me or lend me something or do this or do that or do, you know, this has been gone on since childhood. But it comes with conditions. I can't use it for what I want to use it. They have to control what I use something for. And it's always felt for me, this has been a big lesson of our soul contract, because it's always felt for me that I've done a deal with the devil, and it has cost me a lot. By accepting a gift from them, by accepting help with something from them, it has cost me more than what it's worth. It has cost me peace. It has cost me my inner tranquility, inner comfort. It has always felt like I've done a deal with the devil, and what I've had to kind of suffer in a way, and I don't necessarily feel that's the right word, but it's like what I've had to sacrifice with inside myself, with my peace and inside myself, and, you know, how I feel about that. It's been too expensive to accept what they offer. You know, the price has been too high for me to pay. It's been like I've had to pay a higher price than the material thing that I've gained. I've had to pay a higher price with what's inside of me and my harmony, and, you know, how it's felt for me. You know, I've had to kind of it's like I've had to kind of sacrificed or given up on something that I believe in regards to whatever situation it was. It's like I've had to give up a belief of mine, or, you know, a moral of mine, or a principle of mine, to accept help from them. And today it was like, no more. So I've literally exploded. It has all come out. And I've just told them as well, because at the moment, it's like I'm on a cusp at the moment. It's like, what options have I got? Where am I going to be going? And I've had major anxiety about having to go and stay with my mother and my stepdad, because I gave away everything. I gave away my whole life before I left and went to the other side of the world, you know, at the beginning of the year. I gave away everything, my home, my businesses, my possessions. I literally gave away my cats. I gave away everything and had just one bag. I just wanted to clear space. I wanted to disconnect from everything that I was, who I was. So I've literally just been trying to manifest and trying to pray and for a situation to come in, because I can't stay here forever. You know, things are going to change, but it's like my family were trying to get me to go to my mother's, and I just had anxiety because I don't feel safe with her. I don't trust her, and I don't feel safe with her or my stepdad, because I feel like me and my daughter aren't safe with her, because whatever is, you know, decided in this world, she just goes along with whatever she's told by the TV and by the news. She doesn't think for herself at all. She doesn't think about what's morally right or what's morally wrong. If she's told to do something, she'll do it. And I don't feel safe with people like that. So I've been like really trying to kind of manifest big time. And today I've just said to her, you know, I've had major anxiety at the thought of coming and being around you, because I can't live like that. I can't live like that. I have to take responsibility for what I believe in. I have to take responsibility for where I direct my energy and what I engage with. This is so important to me. It's more important to me. And I was just saying to her, like, I would rather accept money from strangers than from you, and with what is tied to the gifts that you give. What devil energy is tied to that brings me disease and disharmony inside of myself? I'd rather not. I'd rather beg on the street, because at least strangers then will give to you without, you know, wanting they just naturally give. And this has been a big, it's not going to have all these conditional ties to it, Is it better to have support from many, many people who, just want to help, who don't want to put attachments onto their help and conditions for the person, who just want to, give a bit of love, unconditional love. And this is a major thing that I've been kind of really going through with my mother, is about love and the way she puts conditions upon love and how it brings dis-ease and disharmony to me. So yeah, it's kind of been interesting today, but I've then been sitting here thinking, oh, shit, is this just me now not accepting gifts that the universe brings to me? Because this is another thing that I've been going through. It's been like being great at manifesting and the process of manifesting, yeah. But then the major part of manifestation is being able to receive what you've manifested and not rejecting it, yeah, being open to it and not rejecting it. So I was like, oh shit, have I just rejected my manifestation now? Is this just putting me in that program and that pattern of, not being able to receive more? Because this bothers me, because I don't want to do this, because I do this because it's kind of hard. Because another thing I've been experiencing and trying to learn about is self-worth, and trying to understand why people would want to help me, feeling worthless. If you haven't got, for me, it's kind of hard, because I feel like if I haven't got something to offer another physically, then why would they help me? Why would they help me? Why? I'd feel like, what value am I bringing? So there's questions of this self-worth of, why do you want to help me? Why do you love me? What are you getting from that if I've got nothing to offer? But this has been the programming that I've been clearing out of myself. That physical attachment to things, that physical importance, like putting that as a thing that's the most important and that determines a person. So this has been like majorly difficult. So I was sitting there thinking, oh, have I self-sabotaged? So what do? I get my tarot cards out and stuff, start looking at things, because I'm just exhausted. And then I realise, I get this epiphany, and I'm like, no, I've not self-sabotaged. I've cut ties with the devil. I have leveled up. I have not accepted something that I really kind of wanted, that I had to sacrifice another part of myself to have. Do you know what I mean? It's like I valued myself more than the material. It was like a big, huge aha moment. Like, I valued my peace, my internal peace. I valued for what I stand for what resides with me, for what sings to my soul, for my morals upon myself. I've literally gave that money back. I gave that money back. I sent it back, because I will not accept something in the physical that puts me, something external that puts me in a place of disharmony internally. I will not accept something, material that costs me too much in regards to peace and happiness and harmony inside myself, that hurts my heart. I'm not accepting something physical that hurts my heart and makes me feel, shit for accepting it. Like, she gave me a gift, but tied with that was a whole heap of anger, narcissism and shit, because she didn't want me to spend it on what I really, kind of needed and wanted to spend £150 on. Do you know what I mean? The reason why I manifested it in the first place, because it wasn't what she wanted me to do. And that's that controlling love. So I feel like actually I've had a major breakthrough today, because I have really cut a chain here, and I've spoken up, and I've said to her, you don't like how I'm being this year, but I'm being honest. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to speak up about how I feel about everything. I'm not holding it in anymore. All these years of feeling, uncomfortable and shit about myself for needing to accept something from somebody or needing help from somebody, but at the cost of something that's important to me for myself inside, you know, no more. So that was a major, huge level up for me today. So I just feel to film it, really. I feel to film something else as well, because this morning, before I turned my phone on and saw that manifestation, I was doing some meditations and I got some information in regards to the names that we have and gateways into different bloodlines when we reincarnate. But that's a whole nother thing if you're into that. You know, some people might think I'm crazy, and that's okay. But this was like a big, huge, like, you know, information download that I got this morning. So I'll do another video of that. And, you know, if you like this sort of stuff, if you're, you know, if you reside with this and you're interested in, you know, the non-physical more, and the value of the non-physical and the value of the internal, you know, the importance of the heart, the importance of the peace of mind, you know, the importance of the spirit and the soul, then you might want to subscribe, because I've got a lot to say here. I've got a whole lot of thumbnails I already created about the topics that I want to talk about. But I'm just kind of working on the confidence at the minute, because everything that I was, the false confidence that I had built for myself in my life previously has been shot now. It's gone. Everything is gone. Everything. But I'm not going to start building new foundations, and I'm not going to start building by shaking hands with the devil to gain what I want. Do you know what I mean? Not saying that I even believe in the devil, but it's that kind of, you know, I'm not going to sacrifice myself. I'm not going to sacrifice my peace and my harmony and, you know, what I believe in. I'm not going to sacrifice my beliefs for the sake of obtaining what I need materially. That's not what I'm doing. And I feel like that was the big test today for me. So yeah, part of me has kind of self-sabotaged and not accepted what I manifested, but with good reason. I haven't accepted what I manifested because it was of a bigger cost to me and my peace and my harmony and my beliefs. So I'm going to be manifesting again tonight and be asking the universe to send me £150 in a way that resides with what makes me feel happy inside, with what makes me, you know, come alive, what sings to me, you know, in a way that doesn't have toxic attachments tied to it. So yeah, that's what I've got, guys.